counseling once someone gets a diagnosis that they are positive.
Right.
Do you offer counseling? Does the foundation offer counseling?
We offer counseling for people, you know, as soon as they're diagnosed.
All right, guys. Sorry about that.
Okay, well, I guess I'll ask you again.
Yeah. So, guys, sorry about that. Thank you guys. Like, please do log back in. We had our server just kind of like booted us off, or so these things happen.
There's so much awesomeness happening.
Yeah,
right
there's
now.
so much awesomeness
The
happening.
internet can't handle it.
Sabi, you just asked a really amazing question.
I was Tom. I was asking you that when they do test positive, does the foundation offer counseling? Because I'm sure it's startling to them once they get that news. No one wants to get that news.
Is. Correct. And as soon as someone tests positive, yes, we give them immediate counseling at the time. We also are connected with other agencies in the community that offer more in-depth counseling. But we also have substance abuse counseling, because oftentimes we find that you know, substance abuse you know, is experienced by people who are HIV positive. And sometimes people become HIV positive and unfortunately turn to substance abuse to deal with the fear and the pain.
That's kind of, I guess that's probably what brought them some of those that are drug users to that stage that they were tested positive, and then they go back into that because they feel lost and afraid. They don't know how to handle it.
And I think that when AIDS first starting to become a real big epidemic, I mean, it was the users that were being targeted and the homosexuals and stuff like that. And it's important to really know the dangers of that, not just because of what the substance can do, but what it makes you susceptible to when it comes to.
And anyone who is on the fringes in any respect, LGBT, persons and people who use drugs, they tend to receive the short end of the stick when it comes to, you know, any sort of support. So yeah, it's really important to address, you know, their issues, because frankly, it doesn't matter, you know, where someone is in their life, you know, if they're gay or lesbian, if they're using drugs. HIV is HIV. It's a virus, and it gets transmitted from one person to another. And you know, there are people who are bisexual or you know, gender fluid, who have, you know, like they go to bed with members of either sex, and if they are HIV positive, they can transmit the virus to another person. And it's, you know, there's early on there was this stigma that you know, only promiscuous people get HIV. I've heard stories about people who got HIV the first time that they had intercourse with another human being. So you don't, you know, it's forget the stories.
And that's alarming. Just all it takes is one time.
Right. Exactly. It's like the flu. You don't get it from 25 people. You get it from one person.
Right.
Now you can recontract it, you know, and get other strains from other people, but it only takes one person. And in fact, you know, one person is how it's transmitted between people.
And I'm amazed how much medicine has progressed in these last couple of decades, because when AIDS was first introduced in the late 70s, early 80s, it was such a scare. People, it was a sure death, like you said. People were going to die. Once they knew that they had HIV or AIDS, they lived 8 months, maybe less, a little bit longer, but they were for sure going to die. And with all these programs that the foundation has, it gives them a longer life, healthier. They're able to do what everybody normally would do. They can enjoy exercising. They can have a full life. And it's amazing what this foundation can do for someone that is positive.
The medications can effectively give someone a normal lifespan and a healthy lifespan. There are, there are, of course, some side effects from the medications.
As with all medications.
Yeah, as with all medications.
Mhm.
But yeah, it makes a huge difference. And what AFH does is we do not have doctors. We're not a clinic. We do not prescribe medications. But what we do is we get people who are not on medication for a number of reasons, often because they're afraid, often because they think, this is expensive and I can't afford it. And we get them on the medication. We link them to care so that they can get the medication they need to get healthy. And so many people, there's such stigma that someone finds out they're HIV positive and they become depressed. They may be in denial. They may lose their jobs. They may lose their homes. They may end up on the street. Estimates are anywhere from 8 to 33% of homeless people are HIV positive. A lot don't know
Those are
it.
astounding numbers.
Yes.
1/3
And
of the homeless population. That's crazy.
So it turns out that homelessness is a risk factor for HIV, but by the same token, HIV is a risk factor for homelessness. A survey that was done in Los Angeles found that 50% of the people surveyed who were HIV positive felt that they had been in danger of being homeless at some point.
Wow.
So yes, just having HIV is a risk factor for homelessness.
I wanted to kind of backtrack a little bit on a point that you said. People are getting HIV the first time that they have sex.
They
So
can.
this is not just an adult drug. I mean, adult disease. I mean,
That's
we
correct.
really, we really need to educate our kids, our
Mhm.
youths. They are going to go out there. They're going to explore their bodies, and just educating them on the dangers of having unprotected sex, even if it's your first time. It may not be their first time.
Right. Exactly.
Or the children that are being born with it. It's
right. And that can be prevented.
Yes, exactly.
Through the PrEP.
If a woman who is HIV positive becomes pregnant,
Yeah.
she can work with a doctor and she can have give birth to a baby that is HIV negative.
Wow.
And
That is mind-blowing.
yeah.
can keep
Wow.
that baby HIV negative. They know.
And as a mother, you don't want anything more than to have a beautiful, healthy baby.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's a huge fear for a mother who's HIV positive.
And also, I just wanted to touch on a point that when AIDS was first introduced, so I was watching a documentary
Mhm.
that a lot of people, about 35,000 people, became infected due to tainted blood. There was a lot of hemophiliacs that were
Right.
infected with the disease due to
Mhm.
tainted blood. So a lot of people that were already having health issues were then contaminated using contaminated blood and became infected with HIV. So I just feel that it's not just a sexually transmitted disease, or just it was unfortunate. A lot of things that happened, how a lot of people became infected, and that's why we're here to spread awareness that people need to understand that this, it's unfortunate that it happened, but there's ways to live a better life.
It is, yeah, definitely. And the things that AFH does, AIDS Foundation Houston, what we do, someone can find out they're HIV positive, and they sort of, go into a spiral. They can lose their job, they can lose their house, they can end up on the street, they can end up in prison. AFH provides a ladder back out of that situation, at any level. At any level, someone can develop the courage to, turn their lives around. But AFH is there with programs that can help make this happen. We have an education program in the prisons that can help those who are incarcerated avoid transmitting the virus to others. We have a program so that those who are coming out of incarceration, we provide transitional housing. We get them linked to care, because a lot of people coming out of prison with HIV, they get medication while they're in prison, but then they fall out of care once they are released. So we're trying to keep them on medication. We have job programs both for
That is
former
amazing.
incarcerated.
That is,
no, but that's
And
life
for-
changing.
it's like somebody coming out of the jail or the prison that already has a record. The whole world already feels like it's against them to begin
Mhm.
with, and to actually provide housing and job placement, that is huge. That is
Right.
huge.
And for any homeless person who is HIV positive, we can provide housing, we provide food, and this takes care of what I refer to as the street worries, which is, where am I going to sleep tonight? What am I going to eat next? Am I going to be safe? Once you take those worries out of someone's mind, they can start to think about their health. It's like, you can get me on medication. Okay, let's get on medication. They get well. We can, get them into counseling if they need it. We can get them in job programs. Their confidence comes back. They get jobs, and they move out of our housing and into independent living. They become healthy individuals, thriving.
You essentially
despite
give them
HIV.
their life back.
I'm
Yeah.
just simply amazed. These are life changing, I guess, opportunities for people to just be active people of society that are working, that are feeling good, healthy.
Right.
Just makes me so happy.
It does, yeah.
Wow.
Just to learn about all of the different avenues that you have to provide help and give these people their life back.
Mhm.
I mean,
You
that's,
said that correctly. You give them their life back.
That's our goal. And by getting them back on medication, getting them healthy, where their viral load is undetectable. In other words, the virus can't be detected in their blood through, the basic testing.
Mhm.
If we get them there, once they're undetectable, they cannot transmit the virus to others. So this isn't just about getting that one individual healthy. It's about reducing the number of transmissions of HIV because they now can.
Can you just repeat that one more time? That's amazing. That once they become undetectable, they cannot.
Sure.
That's
And
amazing.
the phrase is undetectable means untransmittable.
Wow.
If your viral load is undetectable, you cannot transmit the virus to other people.
Do you hear that? That is another stigma just by now. It's broken. Erased.
how many people have you guys helped?
Oh.
Do you have
I
your
don't-
numbers?
I don't-
Can you
it's-
guesstimate, because I'm sure it's huge.
I was gonna ask that too. I was like, what are the statistics?
I don't know the number, but I can tell you it is definitely in the many tens of thousands.
Wow.
Now, do you only take Houston residents, or do you help out other people that may come from, let's say, New Orleans and wants to come in to seek help?
If we are primarily based in and focused on the Houston area, although our prison program covers 100 different prisons throughout the
Oh,
state
wow.
of Texas.
Okay.
But if someone is here and wants to come in for, an HIV test, and wants to get linked to care, we don't care where they're from.
Yeah,
So,
that's great.
yeah.
That's very
fun.
comforting to hear that anyone can feel they have a safe haven somewhere where they can come and seek refuge and get on their feet. That's amazing.
And it's not unusual for me to receive emails from people saying, I'm in California, I've lost my job, I'm moving to Houston to live with my family member. Do you have services I can access to help me stay healthy? And we, say, when you get to Houston, yes, absolutely, come in and we'll get you set up.
That's beautiful.
And I don't want to talk money. That's kind of crass, but everything that you're talking to us about today, I know that takes money.
Mhm.
Programs, funding. What can we do to help the AIDS Foundation?
You can always donate, but we're here today to talk about the Red Production.
Yes.
We are.
And buying a ticket to the Red Production and coming and having a wonderful time with these fabulous people is that's the number one quickest, easiest thing you can do. But yeah, learn more about us. Our website is aidshelp.org, AIDSHELP.org. And you can come learn more about us, but definitely make plans to attend the Red Production.
And lucky enough, we have our founder of the hashtag Red Production. So boy, if you can just come in real quick, give us a little tidbit. Here, go ahead and take this seat out.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm all crying now.
I mean,
Hey, guys.
I know that you're
That's
very
good.
passionate
Yeah,
about
I'm very passionate about this, guys. And the hashtag Red Production this is why we do it. I'm so sorry. We do this because there are people counting on us. There are people counting on us in this room. There are people counting us on the street. There are homeless. There's youth that are afraid that no one will ever love them, that they're unlovable, that their future's over.
Mm-hmm.
They think their life is over now.
Yeah.
And we're here to tell them that it's not over.
It's not.
We're to tell them that we're here to give you hope. And the hashtag Red Production, what we are about is about love. Before we're about anything else, we're about loving each other and loving ourselves enough to say, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to put my health first. I'm going to go get tested. I'm going to make the right decisions to make my life healthy, right?
Yeah.
And the hashtag Red Production, we are fashion, we are art, we are performance, but more importantly, we are love and acceptance. And I wanted to ask you something. How much money do you need from the city of Houston on top of what you're getting? What is it, a couple million, over $1 million? Or
that the money that comes from the city is for
you
our
need
housing programs.
you need additional funds.
Oh yeah. I want to say our fundraising target outside of
It's like
our
1.5
city
million,
and
I
government
think.
grants are in the neighborhood of 1.5 to 1.6 million
Right.
dollars.
So
I
you
knew
mean
that
we
number
need-
was
we
big.
need a
Yeah.
little
So
AF
when you have
leaders.
things like the hashtag Red Production,
Yes.
how important is that to you guys?
Oh, that's critical. That's critical. Without people like Boy and all of our wonderful supporters. I mean, we have some really serious, dedicated performers like Boy who make a huge difference. But they need support.
We need everybody's help.
Yes.
And
yes.
and a nonprofit, we work at nonprofits, and you are in a nonprofit, the bottom line is always being moved from you. It feels like it, doesn't it? There's always there's always stuff to take over. There's always new hurdles. There's
ever evolving.
Ever evolving. There's
It
there's the money's never there. Where's the money going to come from? Or who's going to keep their jobs? Who's not going to keep their jobs? Or what programs do we have to close? What programs do we have to rob from Paul or pay Peter or whatever?
Yeah.
And the hashtag Red Production, the reason I do this is I've lost so many friends, and I see people that have gone through hurt. And I know that this place is a safe space. I came from a place called Markham, Texas, the smallest little town in Texas, small. I didn't know no gay people. I never knew about HIV. I'd never heard about that. And I came to Houston and found life and AIDS Foundation Houston. And so that's why we do what we do, to be a beacon of hope to people, that your life is not over.
That's right.
It's just beginning.
It's just beginning.
Yeah.
It's just beginning. I want to bring the guys that can bring them in.
Yes,
Come on in.
of
Come on. You just come in.
That's why
Everyone
we're
come
going
in.
to have AFH warriors. And
Yes.
we're
Come on in. Yes. These are the people. Come on. These are my family, guys. And as I go through, please introduce yourself.
Frank?
Are we in the frame?
There's a little delay.
Are they in shot? Are they in frame?
I think so.
I think we look
Yeah.
good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we look good.
Okay.
Okay, so who?
Introduce yourself.
Yes, what do you do?
I'm Pullins. I'm a social worker here.
She's the diva here. Yes, the social worker. The
And
social.
the youth are my thing. I love working with all the youth that we have.
Yes.
Yeah, the sky's the limit for them.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
sorry.
Guys,
Our
the
youth, they're
limit.
the leaders of today. Yes, so who are you, lady?
I'm Cynthia. I'm the outreach specialist here in Project Core.
Yes.
So pretty.
And this guy, what do you do?
I'm Andrew Wilson. I'm the grant coordinator.
Yes.
We need you.
Eunice.
Eunice Bennett here. I'm here supporting the Red Production and eventually the AIDS Foundation. Y'all are doing a great job. So we're here.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
We're not just soul
Good to
behind
have
you.
you here.
Yes, guys. So, no, when is the date, guys?
May 24th.
May 24th.
Tickets will go on sale real soon.
And-
And how much percent of the
What
profit?
percentage
How
of these
much?
tickets go back? 100%. Let's say that again. 100%. So guys, when you come to this event and you buy that ticket, you're going to go out and have a good time anyway.
Yeah.
You're going to go out and have a good time. Why not come have a great drink? Get a picture, you know, and we will not keep a dollar. I do not keep $1. These tickets are from a benefit. They're coming from our hearts to help these people, to help our city to become the first city, the first major city with no new transmissions. I believe it's possible. I believe Houston can be the best city in the country with no new transmissions, baby. Let's make that happen. Let's make that happen. So what else do you want to say, ladies?
I
don't know.
That's
That's it.
I'm
overwhelmed now. Now I'm
excited. We're
crying.
working collectively together to make this world a better, kinder place.
Amen.
That's what
And
makes
you know
me
what?
happy.
Perfect love casts out all fear. And perfect means mature.
Mhm.
When we love each other the mature way and we accept each other the mature way, the faults don't matter.
Exactly.
The reason we're together is to make Houston better.
And always educate yourself. Know about
Mhm.
about something. Don't assume.
Right.
Don't be afraid, because fear is always the number one
Exactly.
killer.
Right.
It holds you back. You know, when we all deserve love, everyone deserves to get a hug, a kiss, affection, just live a normal life.
Yeah.
So let's all work together.
Let's
for
all
that.
work
That's our
together.
And
mission.
give
That's our
people
goal.
hope.
Give
Yes.
people hope.
People are
There-
getting
because there
by the
is
virus,
hope.
so it's-
There is hope. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'm encouraging everyone who's listening to get tested. I'm getting
Yes.
tested today.
Absolutely.
I think it's important we all get tested, whether you're in a relationship, whether you're single, whether you're married, whether you're divorced, whether you're dating one person, whether you're dating a lot of people. Hello.
We were just talking about this earlier. If you were married for a long time, you married your high school sweetheart, and you recently became single, and you don't know
You
about
don't know.
using condoms, protection, and
Right.
you're out dating now.
in the wild.
You
They did it
should,
That's right.
you should. It's like you need to get a little bit of sexual education,
Sure.
and you need to have protected sex and
Yes.
get
Protect
And we
yourself.
need
yourself.
protect
Exactly.
yourself,
People don't
and we need
understand that.
we need to assume that
Yes.
everyone is positive. Don't assume that everyone's not had sex. Don't assume.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with having a lot of sex. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
But don't
T-shirt.
Prep.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Prep is worth it, guys. Take care of yourself. You love yourself more than anyone else will love you. Because in the end, you are all you have.
Because you know what? It starts with me.
If it must
You-
be,
you-
if it must be, it must start with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
should be responsible for their own bodies.
Absolutely.
Be the
Absolutely.
change that you want to see in the world.
Absolutely. And I want to thank our sponsors really quickly.
Yes.
Yes, please do.
First of all, we have Ryan LaFleur, who's amazing. We love you, Ryan. Thank you.
Thank
Tilly A. Rose, we love him.
Amazing
Kay
artist.
McCunis, who's amazing for beautiful anti-aging. We love them. Jessica Galvan from
Yes.
Exodus Title, which is
Jessica.
amazing. Mertz and Versa, which are amazing.
Yes.
And our favorite, who we're meeting this afternoon, Mark Harvey.
Oh,
We love Mark
yes.
Harvey. Mark Harvey is amazing.
Chris Henderson.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
yes.
Yes,
We love Edwin Henderson too. Who? Oh, yes. The venue.
Which
Arnold.
we
Which
will.
Which you will know. Don't say the name. Don't say the name.
Oh,
Don't say the name. Just-
Saving that.
We're saving that.
for next week.
So next week.
Next week, guys.
I'm ahead of.
Next week, we're gonna have an amazing guest, Patty Lennon.
Potter.
Yes.
Yes. And I want to thank the designer too, Nicholas Wynn.
Yes.
We'll be showing his work. We're going to show some of his
I'm
new
so
work,
excited.
his existing work. He is an amazing couture designer. Nicholas Fatwin is amazing. Before I let you guys go, before I wrap
Did
up
we
with you,
forget anybody?
we
Any
probably
sponsors?
did. But if I forgot you guys, I
We will
love
have
you.
Many more, guys.
We'll have many more. And please
If
contact
we-
us for
If we
sponsorships.
did forget anybody, tag yourself.
Please tag
Please,
yourself.
Please share.
But I want to give a special shout out to the broker. I'm not going to say his name yet.
Yes.
Who's giving us this 10,000 square foot brokerage, man. He's letting us use it.
Wow.
It's an industrial
Incredible.
space.
Yes.
It's amazing. It's in Edo. It's fantastic. We walked in there. My
Yes.
I'm sorry. I get excited. You know who you are. But without people like this, guys, we couldn't give everything back. If people didn't give, we wouldn't have the opportunity to give back. And I want to thank Charlie Ewing from Charlie Horse Photography. Is our official photographer, and he's an amazing human being. And I thank him for being on board with us.
Probably, but well, guys, anybody want to add anything else?
Shout out to anybody?
Well,
We
I'll
have the
just do a
URL
shout
for the
out.
tickets?
Project
Not yet.
4.
Okay.
We do,
We're gonna be next week.
No,
Go
go,
ahead,
go, go, go,
we
go.
do employment. We resource out to housing and get you back linked into medical care if you're not in medical care.
And that's
That's
Project
Project Core here. at the
Project
Foundation.
Core?
Yep.
Project Core.
Project Core,
And we
CORE.
will link that in our description box.
But
Good
last but not least, the social workers.
Yeah.
I want to give her a
Thank you.
hand.
I want to shout out to the text message. I just love all of our people.
Yeah.
I love all the good we do here at the AIDS Foundation.
Yes.
I'm so glad and fortunate to be here at this
Yes.
time in my
We're
life.
happy to
Bless.
have you. We love your
Yes.
energy.
Yes.
And I want to say thank you to all of our donors and supporters, all of our volunteers,
Exactly.
all of our wonderful people who make such a difference and who make all of this happen.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for,
And you know what? Just don't
giving
like
everybody
this.
the platform.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you for
And-
supporting us.
No, without you guys, we wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't be here.
That is
So
the
this
whole point
video,
of
I
it.
expect it shared. Just
Shared,
Just
yes.
don't like it. Share it.
Share it.
All you guys are on my Facebook saying, we love the hashtag rep. We're not sharing it. So I need this video shared because this is education to raise awareness. Because guess what? These tickets are on sale for $25, general admissions, and $50. That's nothing.
That's cheap.
And in in a week, they go on.
Yes.
Saving lives. And 100% at $25, all of that $25 comes to change people's lives.
And the VIPs are only
$50.
$50. So guys, they're gonna sell out super
They
quick.
will
so
sell out.
Get them fast.
But
And
if
the
you want to donate more,
Oh, please. Yes.
be our guest.
Yes, please do.
You know,
Please do.
if we go over our budget, we'll just do more with it.
Yes. Yes.
All
All right, let's wrap
Well,
up.
guys, thank you so much.
We love you
for
guys.
tuning in on this
Thank you
very
all.
special
Bye.
episode. Tune in next week.
Next week's gonna be big too.
Yes.
That is exciting. I'm excited for that.
We have
too.
we have a lot of stuff coming. We have
Yes.
youth awareness with Queens,
Mhm.
with Miss Pakistan Hajira
Yes.
and Miss Houston, Michelle
Yes.
Tello. You're Miss Houston, Michelle
Next
Tello.
week is Patty Lennon.
Patty Lennon
and then
Potter.
after that is Chris Henderson.
Yes.
With Chefs in the City. So
Yes.
we're super excited. Just stay tuned. We
Yes,
have a lot
please
of
do.
not only fun but educational programs and shows for everybody. So
And
stay tuned.
guess what? Everyone deserves
Deserves
love.
love.
Let's all say it. 1, 2, 3. Everyone deserves love. Bye. Bye, guys. We love you guys. We love you, Houston.
TGIF.
Good job, guys. Good job. Good job.